He taura whiri ko tahi, mai anō te kōpunga, tai noa ki te pūau.
Whenua Rahui has been able to bring together Maori landowners for the purposes of protecting not only their whenua, but also the values, the history and the stories pertaining to those areas. These lands have an ability to nurture the next generation.
Whenua Rahui is coming up 25 years old. The kaupapa has been about protection of Māori land so that it stayed protected, stayed in the hands of Māori.
Right from the beginning, the emphasis was always involving the landowners. There's a spiritual and cultural connection, and any decisions about the land were 100% in their hands.
For 25 years, Whenua Rahui has worked alongside Maori landowners to protect and conserve indigenous ecosystems in Aotearoa. From the start, Whenua Rahui's approach to conservation was unique. It combined the best of Western science with a Maori view of the natural world and land use.
When we went around the country to sell the kaupapa to the Maori people, one of the clear messages we received was we don't want to sign up the lands forever. I guess perpetuity is a long time for Maori.
Kevin Prime was on the original Whenua Rahui committee, along with Timuti Hiuhiu, John Ruru, Dai Lucas and Rangi Te Maiharo. For a time, Mike Mohi was the only field officer, but this changed as more and more kawanata were signed. Whenua Rahui began pest control work in 2001.
Possums don't read those covenants and they don't read boundaries and they just wander anywhere, so we realised that we had to set aside funding for the pest control as well.
Our job was to not only write a piece of paper that it was protected, was to physically go in there. And in doing that, we involved the tangata whenua.
Puhikoko Reserve, close to Whakatane, is a good example of a successful predator control partnership between Whenua Rahui and Māori landowners.
I intensively managed sites around the Eastern Bay. It's awesome for me because it's part of my home and it's good working alongside people that are from my area.
Ready to go, We're part of this land, you know. Our growers all come in here and hunted this place back in the day. So we're all owners in here.
We involve the tangata whenua by upskilling them, teach them about predator control and how to manage their own whenua so we can eventually hand it over to them so they can protect it themselves.
When we started with Whenua Rahui, we pretty much had no skills. And so they basically come along and taught all of us whatever was involved with the pest control. When we started the Kiwi project, they supplied us with funding so that we could get trained to do all our own Kiwi work. We've already got young rangatahi coming through that are approved handlers in Kiwi telemetry.
Well, mate. The whānau must buzz out to see what's going on in here.
Every release we have, we normally go to the kura and the koanga. But this one particular release, we had 3 chicks come back and we had all the tamariki from the hunting club. It was about 30 of them. It was a wicked day.
Wicked, all right.
Yeah, I buzzed out, you know, just seeing on their faces. I made them make the houses for the Kiwis to go into.
Oh, it's good.
The little burrows.
To see you.
Yeah. Oh, they just loved it. The parents, they loved it.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of good feedback from the community now. In the past, it was always a bit negative because of the hunting.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of positive vibe in the community now with our project.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pumping. We've just reached our 40th chick being released in the Puhikoko Reserve. And so that's really awesome for us. All thanks to Whenua Rahui. Sit in the bushes, boy. Hey? Yeah.
Kawanata areas now exist all over Aotearoa, and their protection is vital because over 80% of plants growing in our forests are unique to this land. Whenua Rahui monitoring teams work with Māori landowners all over the motu. They replant native bush, oversee bird translocation, and carry out plant and species monitoring.
There's so many different things that I really love about this job. Getting to go into all these different kawinata and seeing the different flora and fauna that they each contain, monitoring native and introduced species. If those native species are there, that's a good indication that the ecology of that forest is in quite a healthy condition. The key thing for me is getting to work with Maori and enable them to really succeed and look after their own land.
The data collected by the Ngā Whenua Rahui teams is collated and fed back to the landowners.
Got FINRA present, yes.
We embrace technology and we're very comfortable with change. And a lot of that came through the realisation that we have to be changeable. We have to adapt as landowner needs and landowner wants change throughout time. One of the aims of the fund has always been to reconnect landowners with their land. So the hope is that with our use of technology, and particularly things like 3D fly-throughs, map journals, and delivering data and information, we can bring a sense of connectedness to whenua, to those families and to those people who live a long way from their land.
Jason and Aroha live on Matakana Island at the entrance to Tauranga Harbour. They've been working with Ngā Whenua Rahui for the past 10 years, spearheading the restoration of this 11,000 hectare ecological taonga and also providing employment for local people in their plant nursery. They are the face of the future for Maori conservation.
Yeah, this is my tūranga waiwai, this place, and it means the world to us being here and looking after this place. We decided to enter into the covenant with Ngā Whenua Rahui because our lands were being overtaken by economic drivers, being horticulture and the agricultural industry, and we just felt that it needed to be a more balanced approach towards sustainability of our lands and waters. So this is the Whakatopo block here. The wetland system runs across 6 blocks.
6 different landowners.
6 different landowners. Plan is to plant it real similar to that, all along this edge once it's been fenced off. So you'll have quick veg plants, manukas, flaxes and cabbage trees, clean water, clean kaimoana.
If you look at this concept here, there's a dairy shed not far away, and with this wetland area fenced off, it fits perfectly into the future way that farming is going.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's all about sustainability in the future. So if we can be at the forefront of this as Māoris, then it can only be beneficial to us all.
This nursery is just a classic example of what can be achieved by what we call wawata, dreams of young people that want to create a nursery. But Ngā Whenua Rahui has certainly been privileged to be involved with such motivated people, and indeed such a motivated community. Everybody's a winner.
Ngā Whenua Rahui stuck with us the whole time and sort of haven't let us sink.
It's been really positive for our tamariki with this relationship with Ngā Whenua Rahui enabling us, supporting us to deliver an environmental curriculum in our kura and also the nursery. So it all works together for us in our community.
Kia koe matua Mike Mohi, kaore hukupu mō ngā mahi e whakai ana koe. Kia mau koe I te wero tino nunui I ēnei momo mahi o te taiao. Ka mihi tonu ki a koe mō ngā kōrero e whakatika I ngā whakaro o ngā uri o te motu, ki ngā kaupapa pono o Ngā Whenua Rahui. Nei rā te mihi ki a koe nā te whānau o Ngā Whenua Rahui. Kia ora.
Ngā Huewha, an urban marae in Wellington, has benefited from Ngā Whenua Rahui's Mātauranga Kura Taiō Fund.
Ngā Huewha was established 25 years ago when members of the local Newlands community got together and said, what can we do to establish a place where we could develop and pass on our knowledge to our younger generations.
Now the wider community get involved in the activities and workshops provided by Ngā Huewha.
Yeah, it's got a big root system on it.
Ngā Whenua Rahui helped us create a way forward. They sat down alongside of us and we collectively worked together to make sure the project would succeed. It's really good from our perspective because I know forever and a day now this will never fold.
Our big kaupapa has to be about how we empower and then enable our Māori landowners to take this role for themselves.
Te mea nui, ki aura, ko tike te haka kākono te whakatō, ko rui ake, ko uwhiuwhia ki te wai, ko pihi ake, ko rahi haere, ia nei, ko puawai ke, ka tahino ki a puawai tēnei, te rākau nei, te oto-ota nei, ko puawai ke, ko puta ake ana ngā painga, ko hora mai ngā kākano, ko taka anu ki te whenua, nā ko timata anu e pihi ake nei mea hau. Nā hoi anō, ko te tūmana ko hoki kia puta anō te painga anu o te ui whānui i roto a Aotearoa nui tonu. Kia ora.
My vision for the future, Ngā Whenua Rahui will continue to provide protection for Maori land through the kawenata, and also joining in with the new sciences that we have today to ensure that the lands are being protected not only for our Maori owners, but also for the community at large.
Whatu ngaro ngaro te tangata, toi tū te whenua.